109er, contact Potomac departure on 126.4.
126.4 for Kemet 109er. Potomac departure Kemet 109er is climbing through 1,100 feet for 6,000 feet.
Kemet 109er, Potomac departure, continue to Kidney as planned. Altimeter 29er.92. Kemet 109er, climb and maintain 13,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 13,000 feet, Kemet 109er.
Kemet 109er, contact Washington Center on 118.75.
118.75, Kemet 109er. Washington Center Kemet 109er is at 8,200 feet, climbing 13,000 feet. Kemet 109er, Washington Center, continue to be UMKK as planned. Altimeter 29er.92. Kemet 109er, contact Washington Center on 132.55. 132.55, Kemet 109er. Washington Center Kemet 109er is climbing through 10,400 feet for 13,000 feet.
Kemet 109er, Washington Center, continue to be UMKK as planned. Altimeter 29er.92. Brickyard 3535, contact Norfolk approach on 118.9er. Washington Center, Frontier Flight 2880 Heavy is at flight level 350, descending 10,000 feet. Frontier Flight 2880 Heavy, Washington Center, continue as planned. Kemet 109er, climb and maintain flight level 250.
Climb and maintain flight level 250, Kemet 109er.
Frontier Flight 2880 Heavy contact Washington Center on 133.9er. Frontier Flight 2880 Heavy. At 109er climb and maintain flight level 370.
Climb and maintain flight level 370 chem at 109er.
At 109er contact Washington Center on 133.9er.
Going to 133.9er, chem at 109er. Washington Center chem at 109er is climbing through flight level 270 for flight level 370. Chem at 109er Washington Center, continue to Sierra Bravo Yankee as planned. Flight 2880 heavy traffic is 7 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 290 Boeing B-78X. Report them in sight. Chem at 109er traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 330 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. Chem at 109er, have the Airbus A20N in sight.
Frontier Flight 2880 heavy traffic in sight.
Frontier Flight 2880 heavy contact Washington Center on 132.55.
132.55 for Frontier Flight 2880 heavy.
Washington Center on 132.55. 132.55, Kemet 109er. Washington Center, Kemet 109er is at flight level 315, climbing flight level 370.
Kemet 109er Washington Center, continue to Sierra Bravo Yankee as planned. Delta 1785, contact Washington Center on 132.05. Generic Kilo 61, contact Washington Center on 127.7. Piedmont 6206, you are 32 miles south. Descend and maintain 6,100 feet. Expect ILS runway 32 approach via Sierra Whiskey Lima transition. Clear to Sierra Whiskey Lima.
127.7 generic, Kilo 61. Climb and maintain 6,100 feet. Expect ILS runway 32 approach via Sierra Whiskey Lima transition. Clear to Sierra Whiskey Lima Piedmont 6206.
Going to 132.05 Delta 1785. Frontier Flight 2880, heavy contact Washington Center on 132.05. Generic 8 Echo Charlie, contact Washington Center on 127.7. 132.05 Frontier Flight 2880 heavy.
One 127.7 generic, 8 Echo Charlie.
Kemet 109er, contact Washington Center on 132.05.
132.05, Kemet 109er.
Piedmont 6206, contact the Tucson approach on 127.905. Kemet 109er, Washington Center, continue as planned. Washington Center, Spirit Wings 318 is out of flight level 350 for 10,000 feet. Spirit Wings 318, Washington Center, continue as planned. Frontier Flight 2880, heavy contact Washington Center on 125.45. JetBlue 813, contact Washington Center on 132.55. 125.45 for Frontier Flight 2880, heavy. Going to 132.55, JetBlue 813. Kemet 109er, contact Washington Center on 125.45.
125.45, Kemet 109er. Washington Center, Kemet 109er, flight level 370.
Kemet 109er, Washington Center, continue as planned.
Washington Center, generic Tango Kilo Kilo, 61 is at 14,800 feet, descending 1,900 feet.
Delta 1785, contact Washington Center on 124.775. Generic Tango Kilo Kilo 61, Washington Center, continue to Blair as planned. Altimeter 29.92. Going to 124.775, Delta 1785. American 1864, contact Washington Center on 132.05. .05 for American 1864. Kemet 109er, descend and maintain flight level 250.
Descend and maintain flight level 250, Kemet 109er.
Washington Center, Spirit Wings 318 is out of flight level 350 for 10,000 feet. Spirit Wings Tree 18 Washington Center, continue as planned.
Washington Center, Volunteer 209er, is out of flight level 330 for 10,000 feet.
Chemet 109er, contact Washington Center on 124.775. Volunteer 209er, Washington Center, continue as planned. Blizzstreak 5187, contact Washington Center on 132.005.
124.775, Chemet 109er. Washington Center, Chemet 109er, is at flight level 350, descending flight level 250.
Chemet 109er, Washington Center, continue to Bolton as planned. Delta 1785, contact New York Center on 128.3. .3 for Delta 1785. Southwest 1864, contact New York Center on 128.3.
Washington Center, Volunteer 209er, is at flight level 320, descending 10,000 feet.
Volunteer 209er, Washington Center, continue as planned.
128.3 for Southwest 1864. Washington Center, generic Tango Kilo Kilo 61 is at 11,400 feet, descending 1,900 feet.
Spirit Wind 2701, contact Washington Center on 127.7. Generic Tango Kilo Kilo 61, Washington Center, continue to blur as planned. Altimeter 29.92. Washington Center, Spirit Wings 318 is at flight level 350, descending 10,000 feet. Spirit Winds 318, Washington Center, continue as planned. Center, Frontier Flight 2362 Heavy is at 14,000 feet, descending 10,000 feet. Frontier Flight 2362 Heavy, Washington Center, continue to Charlie Yankee November as planned. Altimeter 29.92.
Washington Center, generic November 15 Echo Charlie is out of 14,700 feet for 3,000 feet.
Chemet 109er, descend and maintain flight level 180. Generic November 158 Echo Charlie, Washington Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.92.
Descend and maintain flight level 180 Chemet 109er.
Chemet 109er, contact New York Center on 128.3.
128.3, Chemet 109er. New York Center, Chemet 109er is at flight level 250, descending flight level 180.
Chemet 109er, New York Center, continue to hogs as planned. New York Center, Spirit Wings 318 is at flight level 350, descending 10,000 feet. Southwest 1864, contact New York Center on 118.975. Spirit Wings 318, New York Center, continue as planned.
Going to 118.975, Southwest 1864. New York Center, Volunteer 209er is at flight level 250, descending 10,000 feet.
Volunteer 209er, New York Center, continue as planned. Chemet 109er, descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet, Chemet 109er.
Chemet 109er, descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Keep speed below 250 knots.
Descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Keep speed below 250 knots, Chemet 109er. 118.975 for Kemet 109er.
Spirit Wings Tree 18,
New York
contact New
Center,
York Center
Kemet
on
109er is at
118.975.
17,200 feet, descending 11,000 feet.
Kemet 109er, New York Center, continue to cavern as planned. Altimeter 29er.9er2. New York Center, Spirit Wings Tree 18 is at flight level 290, descending 10,000 feet. Spirit Wings Tree 18, New York Center, continue as planned.
New York Center Volunteer 209er is out of flight level 220 for 3,000 feet.
Volunteer 209er, New York Center, continue as planned. Kemet 109er, you are 40 miles south. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 4 left approach. Kemet 109er, descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 4 left approach, Kemet 109er.
Frontier Flight 2880 Heavy, you are tree 8 miles southwest. Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 22 approach.
Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 22 approach Frontier Flight 2880 Heavy.
Frontier Flight 2880 Heavy, contact New York approach on 120.05. Volunteer 209er, you are 60 miles south. Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway tree 4 approach. Delta 166 tree, contact Washington Center on 124.775.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway tree 4 approach Volunteer 209er. Going to 120.05 Frontier Flight 2880 Heavy.
Going to 124.775 Delta 166 tree. Spirit Wings Tree 18, contact New York Center on 121.125. Volunteer 209er, contact New York Center on 121.125. Kemet 109er, contact New York approach on 132.4.
132.4 Kemet 109er. New York approach Kemet 109er is out of 10,900 feet for 2,000 feet.
Kemet 109er, New York approach, continue as planned. Altimeter 29er.9er2. Kemet 109er, you are 24 miles south of Kennedy. Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact Kennedy Tower on 119er.1.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 119er.1 Kemet 109er. Kennedy Tower Kemet 109er, 22 miles south, inbound ILS runway 4 left approach.
Kemet 109er, Kennedy Tower. Cleared ILS, runway 4 left approach. Altimeter 29er.9er2 wind 128 at tree.
Cleared ILS runway, 4 left approach, Chemet 109er.
Chemet 109er, clear to land runway 4 left. 128 at tree.
Clear to land runway, 4 left Chemet 109er.